All right, let's get right into it. We're going to tackle one of the most unsettling questions there is. How do good people do terrible things? Today, we're diving deep into psychologist Philip Zimbardo's famous and controversial work, The Lucifer Effect. So let's start with this amazing illusion by M.C. Escher. Take a good look. What jumps out at you first? The white angels or the black devils? Now, this isn't just a cool visual trick. It gets right to the heart of what we're talking about today, that the line between good and evil can be incredibly thin and way, way easier to cross than we like to think. Zimbardo wants us to keep this one deeply uncomfortable question in our heads the whole time. Am I capable of evil? See, he argues that this isn't about some monsters out there. It's about us. Could you, if the circumstances were just right or just wrong, do something awful? Let's find out.
To really get this, we have to start with the ultimate story of transformation, Lucifer. You know the story, right? He was supposedly God's favorite angel, the best of the best, before his fall from grace. He becomes Satan, the literal embodiment of evil. For Zimbardo, this isn't just an old story. It's a perfect metaphor for a potential that's sleeping inside every single one of us.
This quote from Milton's Paradise Lost is everything to Zimbardo's argument. The big idea here is that good and evil, they aren't necessarily fixed things you're born with. They're more like potentials, choices, even states of mind that can be totally reshaped by the world around you. Okay, so what are we really talking about when we say evil? Zimbardo gives us a very clear psychological definition. This isn't about demons or monsters. It's about human behavior. To put it simply, evil is when you intentionally harm people. It's knowing the right thing to do, but choosing to do the worst. So think about it. When something terrible happens, like a major crime or an atrocity, what's our first reaction? Where do we point the finger? Almost every time, our gut tells us to blame the person who did it.
Psychologists have a name for this. They call it the dispositional approach. Basically, it assumes that evil acts are done by evil people. Simple. We call them bad apples. The problem, according to this view, is inside the person. It's their personality, their character. Something's just wrong with them. And let's be honest, there's a reason we love this theory. It's comforting, right? It draws a nice, neat line in the sand. On this side, you have the good people, us, and way over there you have the bad people, them. It means we don't have to look too closely at the world we live in, or, even more uncomfortably, at ourselves.
But here's where Zimbardo flips the whole thing on its head. He says this bad apple idea is a huge, maybe even dangerous mistake. We're so busy staring at the apple that we completely forget to check out the barrel it came out of. What if the barrel itself is the problem? This chart shows the shift perfectly. The whole bad apple view asks, who's to blame? But the bad barrel, or situational view, asks a totally different and frankly much harder question. What was going on here? What kind of situation or pressures could push someone to do this? The focus moves from who they are to what happened to them. But wait, it doesn't even stop there. Zimbardo pushes us to ask an even bigger question. Okay, if the barrel is bad, who's making the barrels? Who's designing these situations in the first place? And that's where he points to the system. We're talking about the larger legal, political, and cultural forces that create the conditions we all live in. And here's the absolute key. What he's saying is that a powerful situation can literally overwhelm your good intentions, your morals, your entire personality. We all love to think we're in total control of ourselves, but Zimbardo's research shows that sometimes the situation is just too powerful to resist. Now, to prove a point this big, you can't just write a paper. You have to show it. So that's what Zimbardo did. He decided to build his own bad barrel. He created one of the most legendary and controversial experiments in the history of psychology, the Stanford Prison Experiment.
The way he set this up was absolutely critical. He put out an ad, and then he screened all the volunteers like crazy. He specifically chose only the most normal, psychologically stable, healthy college students. These guys were, by all measures, good apples. Then, he just flipped a coin. Heads you're a prisoner, tails you're a guard.
And to make this feel real, I mean really real, Zimbardo got the actual Palo Alto police to do surprise arrests on the prisoners at their homes. We're talking real cops, real handcuffs, real patrol cars. The line between an experiment and reality started to disappear from the very first minute.
This really gets to the core of what he was trying to figure out. He started with a group of good apples who were all basically the same psychologically. So could the situation itself,
the bad barrel of this fake prison actually change them? Would this prison environment bring something out of them that wasn't there to begin with? The answer was a terrifying, loud yes. The change in these students was so fast and so extreme that the experiment, which was supposed to last 2 weeks, had to be shut down after just 6 days. The guards became genuinely cruel, the prisoners became broken and passive, some even had full-on emotional breakdowns. The good apples went bad really, really fast. But, and this is a huge but, that's not where the story ends. If a situation can bring out the absolute worst in us, can it also bring out the best? Zimbardo says yes. He offers this amazing counter-idea that he calls the banality of heroism. So we come back to this Escher image. If that line between angel and devil is permeable, if you can cross over it, that means you can move in both directions. The same kinds of social pressures that can create evil can also create opportunities for incredible good. So what is the banality of heroism? It's the idea that most heroes aren't born different. They're not superhuman. They're ordinary people, just like you and me, who, when a situation demands it, make a choice. They choose to step up, to help someone, to resist injustice. And this quote just hits it right on the head. It's so easy to look at the guards in that experiment and just call them monsters. But when you really understand the insane situational pressure they were under, you have to see their humanity. And that's what's so scary, because it forces us right back to that first question, what would I have done in their shoes? So the final takeaway here isn't that we should be afraid of our own dark side. It's that we have to recognize we're all capable of both, incredible good and incredible evil. Sometimes, somewhere in your life, a situation is going to come up that will test you. The bell, as Zimbardo says, will ring for you. And the ultimate challenge he leaves us with is to decide right now how we're going to prepare ourselves to answer that call with heroism.